Okay, all right. So lesson 7, thinking from versus thinking of. This one's going to be on time. All right. So the only time there is the present, the now, right? That's all we have. The future we imagine, the past we imagine, we can remember. So here we have the present where we always are, and we're always in the present. This present just keeps moving kind of through time. But anyways, let's just say we're always in the present. So if we think of ourselves like we imagine what it would be like a year from now, this is like 1 year from now. Let's say we exercise every day, we eat, change our diets. We do a lot of changes physically to get to a new us in the future. This is going to be a future now, right? A future now that we're going to experience after time, but it's still going to be just, there's only one time basically. There's the now, and everything just keeps, becoming something different, because the world here is the same substance that was here 2,000 years ago. It's just like clay that just keeps molding into something else. It's always, if you were to stop the clock and just have up some clay and the clock didn't move and there's no time moving, and you just move the clay into something else, it's like in the presence of no time, things just keep changing, right? And then because we can remember what was and imagine what will be, that creates a sense of time, because things keep changing, but it's always just the now. So anyways, with that, if we imagine a future, now, like 1 year from now, we are different because we exercise every day. Let's say we're stronger, we're healthier, and we imagine ourselves as we want to be. Then we want to see that future reality as our current, our current reality, our current belief, our current experience, our current, we want to imagine what we would be like a year from now, and from that place, imagine how we would feel, how everything would look. We want to imagine ourselves from that point. Now, from that point, where we are today becomes a part of the past, that took us towards that future reality. Okay, it becomes, and so right now it's kind of like I'm living a memory. I'm creating a memory in real time, and I'm living out in actuality what will later be something that I remember in a future now. So, not to complicate things, but I want to see myself as, I lay down a path of where I want to go for the future, and then I'm just walking the steps, making the right choices to get me to that future reality that I can already imagine, and I believe that exists. I'm moving towards a place in the future that I really believe exists, and I can see it, I can feel it, I'm living from that place. And it's just like, if I was driving to the next city that's 4 hours away, then I know that it exists, but it takes me time before I get there. So I get there in the future, but I know it already exists. It's a place that already exists. And we want to see our future reality as a place that already exists. This reality exists, and another reality exists if we were to make different choices. But if we make all the right choices, then the reality that we want is the reality that we're going to get to. And we want to see it as a certainty, just as we see like any town that's that we have to drive a distance to get to is a certainty. So we want to make choices to get to a future now, and we want to see our present day as part of, as part of the, what will later become a memory, to get us towards the future, to become that. And why we're doing that is basically just shifts everything from this being real and this not being something that's going to be forgotten, right? Because you don't really remember what you did. What you ate yesterday, if you worked out or not. It becomes a part of the past, and you kind of forget it. and what you're left with is the results of that the day after, right? So we want to live from the place of the results that we want, and then whatever it takes to get there and stuff, this becomes part of the past, and it's kind of less significant than the future that we're moving towards, and that we're kind of like depositing our time, our money, and our energy, our efforts into becoming. So it's just a kind of play on time to see a future self that we want, a future reality that we want to live from that place, right? We're always focusing on that future reality that we want, and we're taking actions to get us there, and we get to experience that now, kind of like, this, in the same sense that if you go to a store and you don't have money to buy a bicycle, but you put it on layaway, it's yours, right? You put $10 down on it or something, they put it aside for you. Now you just pay into it, but you already feel like you're the owner, right? And so you get that benefit of how you feel once you attain it, prior to attaining it. If you live from this place and you imagine how you'd feel if you already attained it, you can feel this benefit before you even becomes an actuality for you in the material world. You can live from it in your imagination, if all that makes sense.